Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to our first official episode 001 of Bum Talk. I am your first co-host, Che Bums, along with my brother,
Danny Bums.
That's right. As I had mentioned, this is our actual first live episode. By live, I mean that we will upload this tonight on platforms right now, probably just YouTube and SoundCloud, and then we'll see going forward what we'll be doing. Just to give you a big rundown, our email is bumtalk1@gmail.com, bumtalk1@gmail.com, and please follow us on Twitter. We are at bumtalk_. We had just opened up this week. We already have a few followers. Thank you all. We are a brand new podcast covering combat sports, the world of combat sports, MMA, boxing, and wrestling, and it's covered by two brothers, Che and Danny Bums. So, Danny, welcome to the show.
What up, what up, what up?
All right. So, as being our first show that we're going to put up online, we have practiced the past 2 months to kind of get the chemistry going on. And we figured today was a great episode just because today we have a WWE pay-per-view Extreme Rules. So, we're going to get right into it. So, as always, a pretty big week for combat sports. Slow for boxing. UFC, a little bit UFC, and then obviously WWE. So, Danny Bones, I'll open up with you. What would you want to talk about first?
Well, there was a pretty big, boxing card on ESPN last night.
Top rank card, right?
Yeah. The main event was Lucas Matisse versus the WBA welterweight champion, the regular champion, because we know that Keith Thurman is the super champion.
Mm-hmm.
So he's the real champion.
Yep.
And WBA is the only governing body that does that because they're stupid. No disrespect. So he was defending his fake world title against the legend Manny Pacquiao. Lucas Matisse was coming off some wins. If you guys don't recall who Lucas Matisse is, he was the co-main event to the Mayweather Canelo fight back in 2013 against Danny Garcia.
Yeah, I remember that fight.
Crazy fight. It was at 140. Danny Garcia won. So I don't really know what he's been doing since then. He's obviously been winning fights. He won that WBA regular title not too long ago. So that's great for him. And he was going to go up against the legendary Manny Pacquiao.
Yes,
he's like an 8-division world champion, 11-time, 8-division champion, 11-time world champion, whatever. And I thought it was a great matchup only because this guy's at the end of his career, and Lucas Matisse, he's good, but he's not great. So I thought, this guy should win.
So it was a safe bet for Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah. So, and ever since his loss to Danny Garcia, Lucas Matisse, he's only lost once to Victor Postol. And then he won 2 fights, and then he fought Manny Pacquiao. And yeah, Manny Pacquiao, he scored his knockout after like 10 years or something. 9 years it's been since he scored his last knockout. So how the fight go, I really didn't watch it, sorry. It was on ESPN Plus, but from what I seen the highlights, Manny knocked him down twice throughout the round.
In the 7th round,
and then in the 7th round, he knocked him down for the third time, and then the referee, what's his name? Bayless, called the fight. Yeah. Kenny Bayless. And there you go.
So for me, since the I forget the name of the card, Mayweather versus Pacquiao. What was the title for that card called?
Mayweather Pacquiao?
Yeah.
Fight of the Century?
Fight of the Century, yeah. So ever since that, which has been 3 years, which in the world of combat sports 3 years is a long time out. Ever since that, he's been 3-1 since. He's beat Timothy Bradley, I think, for the 4th time after that.
Yeah.
And then he fought Jesse Vargas, another guy also at the end of his career. And then he lost to Jeff Horn last July, which I think was Top Rank's first official fight on ESPN, which was also a little controversial because Jeff Horn was home, so a little controversial that. But then he came back, bounced back a year later, and as he had mentioned, he's fought Lucas Matisse, both fighters who basically are at the end of their career.
Yeah, that's I forgot to mention that. Yeah, Manny Pacquiao hasn't fought in over a year. He lost to Jeff Horn.
Controversial, but
yeah, I mean, then I actually agreed with those scores. I had it 7-5 for Horn, and then the WBA, or I think the WBO, revisited those scores and they agreed.
All right.
Although of course they can't overturn it because it's
Yeah. Once the
that's
judges.
the,
Yeah.
that's just up to the commission.
Mm-hmm.
But that was there, so they agreed with that. So.
Yep.
So there you
Absolutely.
go, Manny Pacquiao. He said what he wants next. Obviously, he's a senator. He's a public servant, so he
Senator.
focuses on that. So, but he said most likely probably at the end of the year. Supposedly some super fights, maybe with Lomachenko or maybe even with Broner's called him out a couple
I
times.
wouldn't want to see Pacquiao fight Lomachenko. No way.
Maybe
40 versus like a 28-year-old kid.
29. Yeah,
29.
that's
I
crazy.
would not want to see that at all.
So it'll be insane. But yeah, I think that's all that happened with boxing. I'm trying to. I just learned about this kid this week. I'm trying to find him. Apparently he's a native of New Orleans.
Oh, the guy that fights for Lil Wayne's
Yeah, Young Money
boxing promotion,
APA
correct?
Sports. He was on the card, I think, or something. I don't know. Hold on.
Probably the undercard.
No, I think he was just on. I think you know what I think. It was weird. I think they did something really weird. One sec. I think, like they showed the Got
What?
it. Found him.
I have
One
I have the
sec.
card right here. Is he a flyweight? Junior
His
light?
name is Regis Progress.
Um,
He's not there. You want to know why?
no, I don't see his
Because
name.
I think they had this thing where like, because I had read that like this fight wasn't gonna be promoted by Top Rank. It'd be a co-promotion.
Okay.
It'd be promoted like it'd be shown in the United States as a Top Rank fight, but it's
Yeah,
promoted
but
for
other
Manny
countries.
Pacquiao's promotion. He has his own.
Mhm.
Because actually another thing, Manny's trying to do his own thing.
Yeah.
So like Freddie Roach wasn't even in this corner.
Yeah, for this fight. Yeah, yeah. I did read that for this fight.
So
he wasn't in his
what
corner.
I'm thinking they did is that on the USA they showed like they probably did some card wherever the hell this kid fought.
It's like a preliminary card, like UFC.
Yeah, and then in the main event they went to
On
whatever
ESPN plus,
China or whatever the
yeah.
hell they were at. And then the kid, I just found the kid fought. Found him. His name is Regis Progress. He is 22-0. I believe he's a world champion. I'm about to confirm. He is from
You said New Orleans, correct?
New
right?
Orleans, and he represent.
He's
Promoted by Top
Lil
Rank,
Wayne's, yeah.
managed by Lil Wayne. Here we go. He's 29 years old. He's 22-0, and he's an interim champion at 140. So he's not really. I mean, he's not. I don't know. But yeah. So congrats for him. He's technically, I guess, a world champion. And cool. I think he was the main event of that preliminary thing. I don't know. It's looking like it was.
It probably was because I just saw the main card in ESPN Plus, so it was probably on maybe like a YouTube, some kind of like streaming service.
Or I think that was the co-main event of the main event of the prelims.
The prelims, yeah.
But yeah, so congrats to him. An American beat Argentinian. That's great. And that's pretty much all that happened boxing yesterday.
Yeah, it wasn't a big boxing week.
Yeah, I mean, well, Pacquiao's always a big name, so I guess that's...
The name myself can draw, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, great for him. He got a 60th win.
39 years old.
Yeah, that's insane.
I believe he has. I'm just about looking up. I think like 5-6 losses
I think 6 or
and
7.
like 2 draws. I think so.
What a career.
It is a career for him. Besides boxing, his career in total.
As a
basketball,
humanitarian.
politician. Played for the basketball national team. I think he was a captain or the coach.
Mm-hmm.
Something that. So he's just done a lot, just overall, not just boxing. He's put his foot down in multiple ventures and businesses, and he has succeeded. So.
That's great, though. I mean, I would love to see him against... him and AB would be great.
Adrian Broner?
AB's been calling him out for a long time. So, I don't know. We'll see. He wants to fight at the end of the year. He says once before the end of the year because he does have his duties to his country. So,
Of
we'll
course,
see.
he has other things to
Anyone
worry
who he
about.
fights... I mean, I thought the Matisse matchup was great. Him coming off a loss and Matisse being Matisse. So,
Great
and
fight.
I expected Matisse to win because he's been coming looking strong and Pacquiao hasn't. Even Stephen A. Smith was surprised. Yo, speaking of Stephen A. Smith, he said the dumbest thing. Like, this is when you know,
On his
like,
Instagram?
you think he's a boxing guy and he's not. He goes,
Was this on his Instagram?
yeah, he goes
What did he say?
like, this is when you know, like, he doesn't really follow boxing. He goes like, Pacquiao does it. He was bigger, stronger, and faster. Did not see this performance coming, but I love it. This wasn't against Crawford though, one of the champions at 147.
Mm-hmm.
Not Errol Spence Jr., one of the champions.
North Keith Thurman.
No, couldn't train it. Nor not Jermella Charlo. Jermella Charlo fights at 154. Pacquiao doesn't fight that big. Like you, this is when you know. Like you just don't. I was just like, and then I saw this meme. It had that same thing, and then the meme said on the caption, he goes like, not Golovkin either, not Klitschko either.
No one, yeah.
No, because no, it's because the joke was like, because he goes, but this wasn't against Crawford nor Spence nor Keith Thurman. Obviously, those are all welterweight guys, right? His division. And he goes like, nor Jermella Charlo. Like, why would you put him? That's not. And then the meme said, yeah, nor Golovkin nor Klitschko. Like he's making a joke. Like this guy doesn't know. Like he's calling. This guy's an idiot.
I don't know if it was much about that, but maybe he mentioned Charlo because you had mentioned that maybe his last fight might be a super fight, so he might go up weight class, might go down. Not saying he's gonna fight him, but maybe just saying that. Oh, because Pacquiao mentioned he might want to do a super fight, so he might go up a class, down a class.
I think a big fight, an easy fight for
Adrian
him to make
right?
would be I don't know, because he fights on Showtime. That probably wouldn't happen.
Co-promotion.
I think I've heard I think the Lomachenko fight would be realistic. The only thing is that
they're both top ranked guys.
Yeah, or maybe marry Terrence Crawford because he just won a strap, but not really a strap.
Dangerous fight for Pacquiao, Terrence Crawford.
Crawford
any of those names mentioned there.
If anyone deserves it, it's Terrence Crawford. A fight like Manny Pacquiao. If what he did at 140, being the undisputed champion, and the first fight at 147, winning a strap.
And I think Terrence Crawford was all four, right? He unified all four belts.
Yeah, 140.
Yeah, 140. Yeah,
undisputed.
Undisputed.
So, but I think they've hinted at him and Lomachenko, which would be I think rough for Lomachenko because he just fought his first fight at 135.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, he beat Linares, which is one of the beasts. But then I promise you, if they fight Pacquiao, it would not be 147, it would be 140, and that'd be a lot of work for Lomachenko. No, for Lomachenko.
To go up there.
Pacquiao's like light; he can make any weight. I don't know about 154. So I don't know. We'll see. Again, we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. And
I don't think he should be chasing straps. I think he should just be chasing those checks.
It's like you said.
Like DC.
It's like Pacquiao said. Super fight. He says he's at the end of his career. Maybe one or two more fights. So we'll see what happens. But nonetheless, once again, congratulations, Pacquiao.
Yeah, 60th win.
As my
knockout in a long time.
As my co-host mentioned, it was a slow week for boxing, but boxing returns in 2 weeks. Next week,
actually
HBO.
Returns next week.
HBO, then 2 weeks, a big Showtime card.
Big Showtime and big match card.
Yeah.
Roll.
We'll get to boxing for the next 2 weeks. Now from the square circle, I think he's saying boxing. We're gonna talk a little MMA. Last night, unfortunately, we couldn't watch it. We had a birthday party to go to. It was UFC Fight Night 133, and it was a return for many fighters on this Fight Night card. It was a return for two fighters per se. It was one was Chad Money Mendes, who's been out of the game for 2.5 years. He last fought December 2015 against Frankie Edgar at the Ultimate Fighter finale, and then after that loss, I think he got tested for some kind of
So that was his second hit, right? That was the second time he got in trouble because you only get 2 years suspension when.
Via multiple offense. Yes. I don't remember the first time, but he hasn't fought over 2.5 years. Came back last night and he won knockout in the first round under 3 minutes, and then he apparently called out Brock Lesnar, whatever that means, but
it's just a joke.
I know, yeah, it just went on deaf ears. So congratulations, Chad Money Mendes and Team Alpha Male. Another standout, Sage Supernorkov. He fought some guy called Zach Ottawa, who I never heard of. Northcuff since going to Team Alpha Male is 3-0. Just want to point that out there. He's fought 3 times already since last November. He's 3-0 since with Team Alpha Male. He's 11-2. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, maybe.
Yeah, congrats, Northcutt. You beat another Uber driver. This is a great way.
It's 3 of them.
This is a great way for you to get that title shot. Keep it up.
He lost to Mahigol at the end of 2016. Took off almost
that
a whole
was
year.
such a trap fight.
It was. It was.
That wasn't even his
he went
plans.
up his weight.
Yeah, he called him up too.
Well, he fell for it. He's young, And then he goes, you know what? Let me go up a weight class, and he went up a weight class.
And he lost. And he was winning on the feet, but then this kid on the ground is insane.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu. Yeah. Then he took almost a whole year off. Yeah. Fought in November. Fought Uber fighter. Then he fought in February. Fought another Uber fighter, and then he fought just yesterday.
Uber driver.
Yeah. So, congrats to Say Junior. Regardless, he's 3-0 with Team Alpha Male. Like I mentioned, Chad Mendes won. It was actually a. There was 4 Alpha Male fighters in this card.
Chad is still Alpha Male, right?
Yes. The first one was Darren Elkins in the prelim cards. He lost, and then the second one opened up the main card is Kat Zingano. She's a woman, but she won. So they went 3-1 tonight, Team Alpha Male. So congrats for them. But I think the biggest thing tonight was obviously another guy who was also suspended for over a year was JDS Junior Dos Santos defeated. I'm probably pronouncing the name wrong. Blagoy Ivanov. I believe he's Bulgarian. Yes, he's Bulgarian. Junior destroyed him. All judges scored at 50-45, so it was a complete domination. I don't know what to say about Junior Dos Santos. It's like when people think he's out of the game, he just somehow comes back and just wins. So I wouldn't say he's totally out. He's still 30. He's 34, so he's still got a couple years fighting. So I'm not too sure what's next for Junior Dos Santos. He beat Stipe the first time. He lost to Stipe the second time.
They gotta fight Stipe now again for the third time. I guarantee you, I know who wins that.
I want to see Stipe fight Alistair Overeem because that when Stipe fought Alistair Overeem, Alistair just was probably on roids or something.
I would love to see that. They're either gonna run that back either with JDS or probably Alistair.
I think probably Stipe probably can be next.
Yeah, we'll see. Good for him. Congrats.
Yeah.
Hey, Chad, can you unblock me now?
That's right.
Chad, can you please unblock me?
So what was it again? I remember you told me a couple of times that I think you were either trolling him or writing comments. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, because I was on the McGregor high, and I just I forgot. I probably commented on a picture and a real bum. And after that, he just blocked me. Can you unblock me, Chad, please?
Yeah. It is what it is. But yeah, congrats for Chad Mendes. He's a great fighter. He's 18-4. His 4 losses have all been to title shots. Well, 3 title shots. Twice to Aldo, once to McGregor, and then he lost his first non-title fight when he fought Frankie Edgar. So we'll see what happens with Chad Mendes. But moving forward, what do you think is going to happen with Junior Dos Santos and the mix of the heavyweight division now? Because it's kind of a mess, I think, if you ask me.
I don't know. It's the players that are in play are Lesnar,
yes, correct,
Blades, and Lewis. Anyone else? Maybe
and Cormier, obviously.
Oh, obviously. Well, he's the champ, so
yeah.
So we got to see what happens.
I mean, you're absolutely correct. Those are the players there, like you said. So these are the current rankings. I think UFC update the rankings every Wednesday on UFC Tonight. So the current rankings are, I'm gonna give you top 3. Curtis Blade number 3, Derek Lewis number 2, Steve Pay obviously still number 1, and the champion is Cormier. Now looking 5 through 10 real fast. I'm gonna say some names, not all of them. 6 is Alistair Overeem. 7 Mark Hunt. 8 is JDS Junior Santos, and oh wow, I guess for the first time, at least in a while, they have removed Cain Velasquez from the rankings because he hasn't fought over 2 years. Actually, last time he fought was 2 years ago when he fought at UFC 200. But yeah, you hit it right in the spot. The names that have to be contended are Miocic, Lewis, Blades, and Brock Lesnar. But Brock Lesnar is as a super fight, so he doesn't count these rankings, like you said. So it's almost confirmed that Cormier will fight Lesnar, and I think the match to make here is Lewis versus Blades, hands down.
Yeah, definitely. Well, for what? Maybe for Eliminator or for maybe interim? I don't know.
It's definitely one of those 2 folds. I think that saga will get resolved once they figure out a Cormier and Lesnar date. If that date's too far out, could be interim fight. If that fight is sooner and later, then possibly a title eliminator fight. Just like how we had one last year when RDA fought Colby Covington. When what's his name? Lawler fought RDA. As far as Stipe, just because I think we know how Stipe works, I think he's gonna take a long time off. I don't say a long time. He's gonna take a break.
I don't know. He posted this week. He was already in the gym.
But he's probably just training.
Maybe yeah. I think he's gonna have a kid or something.
I think he might take some time off. Obviously he's a volunteer firefighter, so I think he'll take the time off. I don't know about you. What do you think?
We'll see, man. I love the guy though.
We do, but we talked about this multiple times. In or out of our podcast. I mean, Stipe is a lovable guy, but he is not UFC material. As championship, sorry. Yes, he is. He can fight, but he's just not the fighters who
Yeah, he wouldn't
represent the
work out in
company.
WWE.
Yeah, exactly. Hard fighter, wasn't the greatest trash talker. He's not the current UFC.
He doesn't
image.
trash talk.
The looking, yeah, doesn't. And
He just goes,
okay,
yeah, well, yeah, he's got a, yeah. That's all he does.
you basically summarizing there. So he wasn't what UFC brass was looking for, because now
Right.
I forget if it was a podcast I was hearing this week, or a clip saying that now fighters have to build their own brand. And once you build your own
Right.
brand, UFC will notice you. Okay, this guy.
They'll go after, yeah, they'll follow you. I saw that.
Yeah.
Ariel said that.
There you go. It was Aaron the bad guy. So the game has changed, obviously. Which is good, because if you do get a couple wins straight, 4 or 5 wins, you can talk, and you can probably break in top 10, or top 5, or
Right.
so. I think it's definitely it's a different game now. I don't know if boxing's the same, where you went 4 or 5 straight, and then you start calling people out.
Boxing is it's just a different animal, man.
It is.
Boxing is just like you can't. I've explained this before.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you're a young fighter. Like Top Rank is a great it's a great promotion if you're like a good, promising young fighter.
Okay.
Because they'll give you a bunch of
Fights.
professional fighters that they know you can win, and they'll build you up to like 10-0, 12-0, and then eventually you start fighting ranked fighters, and then for a title eliminators or something like that. But that's what I like about Top Rank. So they build and that's what boxing is about. And I feel like they're doing that with Sage Northcutt, even though it's so unusual to the UFC, because the UFC likes to pit against the best.
Good point.
That's why no one stays undefeated in UFC, because it's,
Constantly, they'll
that's
put
why,
your best versus the best.
and that's why in the boxing, if you constantly fight the best of the best, I think Danny Garcia or Paul Maldonado said that you're gonna lose.
Yeah,
You're gonna get tired.
eventually,
You're gonna get-
down the line.
You're gonna have a bad night. So you gotta give Floyd's the props.
Yep, no, you're absolutely correct. But yeah, that was basically for UFC Fight Night 133.
It was a good card.
It wasn't for, because
Had like 3 big fights.
sometimes fight nights can be
Chad
okay.
Mendes.
It can have like one fight, but for like the hardcore UFC fans, they had the return of Chad Mendes, Junior Dos Santos. For those who love young guys, Super Sage Norkov. Next week, just to give you a quick update. Next week there is a fight for UFC. They're in Germany. To be exact, they're in Hamburg, Germany. Fight is at 1:00. It's gonna be Marcelo Shogun Rua versus Anthony Smith, and then the main event, the co-main event is Glover Teixeira versus Corey Anderson. Couple changes to this card, because Glover was supposed to fight Latifi, then Latifi got hurt. Shogun Rua was supposed to fight Volkan, but Volkan is opted out and is gonna fight. He's gonna fight Gustafsson in about 2-3 weeks. So that's gonna be another great card. UFC 227, live from the Staples Center.
Yeah.
Which, actually, mentioning arenas, I hope the UFC returns to the Purchase Center soon. So yeah, that's basically about UFC. It's been a quiet week. UFC kind of gets quiet in the summer after the big July card. August is usually a slow.
Who
UFC.
fights them next week? I'm sorry.
Next week, it's a Germany card. It was supposed to be originally, as I mentioned, Shogun Rule versus Volkan Adesmir, whatever his last name is, but Volkan got opted out and is fighting Gustafsson in 3 weeks. So now he's fighting some newcomer named Anthony Smith. Never heard of him. Co-main event was supposed to be another great one: Glover Teixeira versus Ilir Latifi. But Latifi pulled out because of some kind of like leg injury. Reading here, some kind of leg injury, so he's out. So it was supposed to be a great card, but now it's okay. But regardless, good fight next Sunday in Germany. So yeah, we'll cover that next week. But that's pretty much it for MMA. Been another quiet week. Like I said, usually summer is quiet. After the big July card for UFC, July, August can kind of get quiet a little bit. But now moving forward is back to the other square circle, WWE. And we start with tonight's event. Extreme Rules, the third, the third co-brand under this new brand split. We have talked about how Backlash was pretty bad. Money in the Bank was really good. So hopefully Extreme Rules can feed off from his last pay per view. But as we mentioned, Extreme Rules starts at about half an hour, the kickoff show, and then starts the main card at 7 o'clock, live in the WWE Network. Um, so I'll leave it with you. Open the floor of Extreme Rules. What card are you looking forward for, and what fight are you looking forward in this card?
It's just crazy. I'm looking at last year's one. Look how bad it was. The main event was Samoa Joe
The Fatal
versus
Five-Way.
Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt versus Roman versus Seth. Samoa Joe ordered to fight the world champion for one number one contender. Okay, whatever. That's what happens when you don't have a superstar.
Yeah.
Brock. Now we have Ronda though, so she can carry it. This year looks really promising. I love it. I've said it. I love this whole
Dual brand.
It's the best thing that ever happened. It makes these so much more entertaining, so much more to happen. I think it might be Roman and Bobby.
Main event or your favorite fight?
I think that, I mean, well, and then there are all those good ones too. The AJ versus
I know you're
Rusev
looking
is
forward to
another
that.
catch. Alexa versus
Of
Nia.
course, with Ronda being
Team Hell No.
yeah, Team Hell No.
Finn versus Baron. I love it.
Braun versus Kevin. Steel
Yeah, I
cage
think that's
match.
for the fans.
Yeah, that definitely is. And then my personal favorite, I told you multiple times, I'm dying to see Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins. Those two guys always
God,
put on a
it's such
show.
a good card, man.
It on paper it is, you know, Broken Hardy and Bray Wyatt, B Team. You know, other. There's two cards actually. There's two fights on the kickoff show. The first one is Sin Cara against Andrade Cien Almas, and the second one is a New Day versus Sanity. So it's pretty big card. You know, you got two free fights on the kickoff show, and then of a total of 12 fights, so 10 in the main card. So we're not gonna break down every single fight. We'll be here forever. Plus we gotta cover Extreme Rules via Twitter. So I asked you a question earlier today, and I'm pretty sure you thought about it. How much does Ronda Rousey play a factor being ringside,
In terms of what?
affecting the match? Do you think she'll jade the opponents?
Of course, that's the whole. That's the whole point of it. Remember, this is all scripted. So if she's there for a reason, she's not. They're not gonna not
use her.
because remember again, Rock is not in the card, so they're not gonna not use her. So she's gonna have an outcome.
And
It's probably gonna be another DQ because I'm sure Alexa's gonna hold it to WrestleMania. Well, watch WrestleMania. SummerSlam is gonna be Alexa versus Ronda.
SummerSlam,
Which will be huge.
Yeah, SummerSlam is another. I can't wait. I was telling my brother this week. SummerSlam is a great card that I'm looking forward to, and we're just a month away from that.
But that's why I mean it's most likely gonna be Roman. But Lashley and Lesnar would be
crazy.
The fans want that way more than Roman.
What was it?
I really want Lashley to win tonight.
What was it? They said on Monday Night Raw last week? He goes, "You're old. That's why you left 2 years ago." You know exactly what the Roman tell Bobby Lashley?
I don't know. It was all over the promo. He goes like, "I don't know." He said, "You tried in the MMA."
Yeah.
I'm like, it's MMA, not the MMA.
Which I've been impressed. Roman's promos have gotten a little much better.
Yeah, no, they definitely have, especially with that whole Cena thing a year ago.
Kind of boosted him.
But I like the I like this Monday, like they met backstage and Bobby Lashley goes, "You gonna go out there?" He goes like, "Yeah." He goes like, "Go ahead, call me out. I dare you."
We're
call me out.
We're gonna play this right now, okay, guys?
Oh, that was awesome.
Let's hear it.
Hello.
Insist on knowing. I'm going out to my ring, so I suggest you get up out of my way.
I suggest you go out there and call me out. As a matter of fact, I've been waiting all day, praying that you call me out. Because if you do, I'm not coming to talk. I'm coming to tear you apart. I'm sorry. Carry on.
I'm praying all day for you to call me out. That was awesome. And then he calls him out, and then they start fighting, and then
Yeah, it was like I was like
starts one
I
of
was
those
like,
fake Brock Lesnar things.
that was pretty crazy. You gotta admit that.
Yeah,
though.
the whole
I thought
freaking-
that was pretty crazy.
The whole freaking roster was there. Wow, this is better. Sounds better. I don't know, man. It looks like a really good card.
Wait,
I think all the cards have been good ever since they started doing this.
except no, I thought Black Lives was trash.
Yeah, but that was the first, and they didn't have
Yeah.
everyone.
So you know what? Continuing on on Roman and Bobby Lashley, we're gonna play just one more clip once Roman actually calls out Bobby Lashley. So let's all hear it.
I've literally never had anybody stare me in the face and say, go out there and call me out, Roman. So I don't know about you, Boston, but I'm curious about what Bob can do. So Bobby Lashley, get your ass out here because I am calling you out.
And he just goes out there, and they just start fighting.
Lashley asked for. I'm anxious to find out what Bobby Lashley not only can do, but what he will do. Well, Roman Reigns is going to get his opportunity to find out because here comes Lashley.
Hold on a second. Gentlemen, this is not going to happen tonight. Save it for this Sunday.
Lashley will not heed.
So yeah, that was basically it. The rest of the video is just like Bro mentioned, just the whole Raw roster came out.
Yeah, I'm looking. I didn't know this. I guess this happened this past Tuesday, where the
SmackDown.
stipulation for Carmella Asuka is that James Ellsworth is in the shark cage.
Oh, I forgot to tell you that. Yeah,
That's so dumb.
yeah, it's Extreme Rules, so you know it's weird stipulations.
It's not gonna. And watch Carmella still win. I hope she does.
Yeah, so maybe Asuka can probably win in SummerSlam, or her storyline's
Yeah.
done. No, well, actually no. This will be her
We're
third
back to
fight
NXT.
because she fought Blacklash, Money in the Bank. So this will be her third fight. So his storyline's probably done at this point.
Bludgeon Brothers versus Team Hell No. That just sounds like a good match.
Well, yeah, Team Hell No is on the official promotional poster for Extreme
Yeah.
Rules. But everyone's a fan favorite of Team Hell No. Balor and Corbin, great card. Total opposites. Small, big, there Goliath. The tweets behind these guys have been ridiculous.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Jeff Hardy and Nakamura. I
haven't seen much from
I think from a nostalgic point of view, it looks good, but I'm it's whatever.
Even the promos for like AJ and Rusev, I'm trying to look at them. They're not that. They're just like backstage interviews.
Yeah,
they don't
but
really
it has
do
a-
anything.
Because I'm telling you, it's a one-off thing.
Yeah, that's
You
just.
can tell
I
it's
feel
kind
bad
of
for-
like
I feel bad for-
it's just, he's being
I feel bad
tooled.
for Rusev.
He's being tooled.
Yeah. I feel like the narrative with AJ is like when they put the belt on him, they don't know what to do with him.
Because he's just so good. What else can you do with AJ?
Yeah, exactly. But I kind of miss heel AJ because he was more entertaining than this guy. I don't know.
I love his
But
first.
everyone loves to see him as the champion, but then because he just deserves it, but not because of like his
accolades.
because he's more of an actual performer than like an entertainer, and he's more of a wrestler than like a guy on the mic.
Yeah, absolutely correct.
So obviously, with his resume and accolades, like he deserves that title.
He
But when he
definitely
gets
does.
it, it's just like, oh, okay, come on, AJ. Like, or maybe they just can't find anyone for him to be
At his
with.
level, no. You know, I still remember AJ Styles' first storyline. You remember his storyline with Chris Jericho?
Yeah.
Loved it. Y2 AJ.
You know what came out this week on the YouTube
What?
was 2 years ago at Extreme Rules.
2016. Oh my god. I still can't. If you actually, that's ridiculous. I remember Roman fought AJ Styles.
For the strap.
Yes.
You know what the crazy thing is?
And you know
though?
it's in Jersey, right?
You know what the crazy thing though? That's like his third month there, and he's fighting the biggest guy in the promotion.
Fifth
for
month,
the-
that came January, yeah.
Yeah, but like.
Oh, no,
which
you're
one?
right. Yeah, you're right. Yes.
It's he came at the end of January.
Yeah,
It's like
you're
his
right,
fourth
yeah,
month
yeah.
there, and then he's fighting one of the biggest names in all professional wrestling for one of the biggest titles. What does that tell you? I mean, obviously he lost, but that's eight. That's a guy that just completely skipped the NXT process. They make everyone go through that, even Adam Cole.
He's absolutely correct. And that was also the return of Seth Rollins.
Extreme Rules.
Yeah. 2016.
Oh, because he was fighting AJ. Okay.
Amber, it was in Newark, the Punch Center.
God, man.
And then he came back and he pedigreed
Roman.
Yo, guy, Extreme Rules. I don't recall watching Extreme Rules last year. I don't know where I was last year with Extreme Rules 2017.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I was still here. I wasn't in Colombia, but I don't remember it. But it is what it is. So Extreme Rules, I'm trying to think. But anyway, it is what it is. Extreme Rules is going to be very big. Is there anything else you think you want to talk about?
Let me look at this card.
Can we pretend we're Triple H and hand out like potential fight of the nights, performance of the nights?
They gotta. I mean, the thing is,
For me,
the
Fight Night-
stipulation with Roman and Lashley, like that's just what that
The winner potentially
That-
fights
the
Brock
ticket-
Lesnar.
that's the biggest that fight. Brock Lesnar,
Uh-huh.
Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather.
Ronda
Those are
Rousey.
the biggest. Maybe no, but those three are the biggest fights you can make ever.
Yep.
And that proves it. Look at Brock right now. He's
Brock's
the biggest
playing-
fight right now in the UFC,
Yeah.
except McGregor.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just still here in WWE. Like it's like
he's there like maybe 10 times a year.
like you know what? But they probably don't even know. They'll find out right before the fight, but they'll tell them who's gonna win. But like for Bobby Lashley, you know what's gonna be like when they tell him you get to pin Roman tonight. You know what that means, right? You know what that's you get to fight Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously that's why I want Lashley to win. But it's like I mean Roman's been even Roman's a big name too.
No, of course he is. Yeah.
But just like that ticket, man.
You're guaranteed.
And
guaranteed.
look, Cormier has 2 belts,
Uh-huh.
and he's fighting Lesnar. He has 2 belts, and that doesn't even amount to what the money that comes with fighting Lesnar.
Exactly. Yeah.
Same thing for Lashley. Like you're fighting this guy in one of the second biggest card of the year.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna fight Brock Lesnar in the main event. You're gonna take the title away. Oh come on.
It's.
And needs. And come on. Look. Let's go back to the that first interview Lashley did when he came back that Monday night. He said, "Why are you here?" He goes like, "I'm here because they're trying to match me up with people when I want to fight the best."
Yep. I
He's
remember
here
that.
because everyone's been wanting one match.
Listen,
Lashley and Lesnar.
So you're absolutely you hit it right in the spot right there. I think you're correct. Obviously, in a WWE standpoint, they want Roman versus Brock, but you're absolutely correct. Like
Why else bring Lashley?
wrestling fans across the world want to see Lashley versus Brock. Ever since Lashley left to go pursue MMA and TNA, they're like we want to see Lashley versus Brock. That's why I wouldn't be. I mean, even though I think Roman's undefeated.
Just think of it. Oh my God! Next week, Lashley wins tonight.
Monday, maybe tomorrow.
I doubt he'll be there.
No, but Lashley.
It's because it's too
soon,
soon
yeah.
from 226. Next Monday. Can you imagine the promo between Paul Heyman, Brock Lesnar, and Lashley?
Yeah.
All the YouTube hits that's gonna have. That's gonna have more views than the Cormier and
Brock.
Lesnar one.
Okay,
I
alright.
guarantee you,
I
man.
absolutely, I absolutely agree with you.
We already saw.
3 times Reigns versus.
We already
Brock
saw
Lesnar.
at the biggest one of this year. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
WrestleMania.
And I give it to him, man. They promoted that fight very well, and the fight was even better because it surprised us all.
It did the way because we in WrestleMania we all thought okay yeah he's gonna drop the title.
You know what? I don't even care who wins at SummerSlam. We just want to see Lashley. It's Lesnar.
I agree. And listen and for once everyone knows I'm a big Roman fan. I always go for him, but for once I wouldn't mind seeing Lashley winning tonight. I wouldn't mind at all. Wouldn't. But I wouldn't be surprised.
It's just the ticket that comes with that, dude.
Listen, I guarantee you, if Roman wins today, the fans are gonna boo the crap out of him.
Who wants to see that? I mean,
Again, right? 3 times in the year.
we already saw it this year.
Twice this year, and then once 3 years ago. But
Crazy.
and just to let you know, if anyone keeps up with this stuff, Brock Lesnar, he is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the last 7 SummerSlams, he's 6-0. So he hasn't lost SummerSlam yet. So
I remember SummerSlam 2016.
yeah, the way they promoted that, right? Randy versus
He just cut that boy open and then he destroyed Shane.
great fight. But yeah, so Brock Lesnar, in the last 7 SummerSlams, he's participated in 6 of them. He is 6-0, so he hasn't lost in SummerSlam ever since he came back. I don't know about his old record, but actually no. There you go. Brock Lesnar is 7-0 in the last 7 pay-per-views. So we'll see what happens. But I'm dying as a wrestling fan. I want to see Lashley versus Lesnar. Do I want to see Roman versus Lesnar? Of course I do, but not for now. Later. But we'll see what happens. I think. Listen, things can change. In the world of combat sports. I think whenever UFC figures out a date for him, I think it's when WWE will kind of figure out, okay, you'll drop.
And who are they protecting? Who are they projecting? AJ fight at SummerSlam for the title?
Samoa Joe. 2 TNA legends.
Which is great.
Because, like I told you, when I went to that live show, they promoted the SmackDown live show for December, and they already said it's AJ versus Samoa Joe.
For December?
Their house shows, their live shows. So they promoted that already. So you can tell this Samoa Joe storyline will go up into December.
But we also remember Survivor Series champion versus champion.
Well, that's off the storyline.
No one, as great as it was, I wouldn't mind. You know what? I kind of wouldn't mind seeing AJ versus Brock again.
It was really good.
Because that was a crazy fight.
I love that.
So good.
So when I was in
Brock beat the shit out of him.
When I was in Colombia last year, those 6 months, I think Survivor Series was the best card I saw down in Colombia. Besides obviously a stipulation SmackDown versus Raw.
Not just that. You know why? Why? Same thing for Lashley. Why I like that match because it was great for AJ.
It was, of course, build the stock.
Fighting Brock Lesnar, that's a crazy ticket.
And WWE knew that it wouldn't be Jinder versus Brock. That's why he lost the belt like a week after.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's great things. This tonight will definitely get a kind of a clear path of who Brock fights next, or even Brock doesn't fight.
It would be awesome if AJ defeats. This is why it's so much. If AJ beats
I think I know what happens, but go ahead.
I don't think they'll have AJ keep the title for over a year.
No,
because they don't want him to get close to Lesnar, but just AJ as a WWE champion versus Lashley as the Universal champion.
I agree. I would like that.
Insane.
I'll be saying. I like that.
I don't know. I'm thinking way too ahead.
No, yeah. You know what I think might happen today?
Obviously, if Lesnar wins, I'm going to lose my shit.
Well, we'll see. But like I said, he can no-show WWE. They can make him relinquish the title. So we might see Lashley versus Reigns in SummerSlam.
Wait, what?
I'm saying, like, we don't know. I mean, we're all saying that Lesnar is going to fight next month, but there's no guarantee he'll fight next month. He can no-show, make him relinquish the title.
You can't.
I mean, I'm not saying it's going to happen.
If that happens, then they have to do
Lesnar versus Reigns.
No. You saying if they strip him?
Yeah. Who's Lashley going to fight? If Lashley wins tonight. If the winner of this fight is supposed to fight Lesnar next month, and Lesnar doesn't no-show, doesn't want to fight.
Then it'll be Reigns, Lesnar too. Reigns Lashley too for the title.
That's definitely true. I absolutely agree.
Or they make they'll make some crazy tournament or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, good point. They'll probably make a tournament, and then it'll be Reigns versus Lashley. Probably.
It'll be great to see Finn get it back again after 2 years.
Yes, I love Finn Balor. To me, he's the most popular WWE Raw superstar. But yeah, as I mentioned, Brock Lesnar going into SummerSlam. The last 7 years, he's 7-0. Hasn't lost. So we'll see what happens. So we're almost done here. Just a few announcements for WWE this week and wrestling in general. As some of you might have heard, Ring of Honor and New Japan are hosting an event the night before WrestleMania.
Night of NXT.
Saying F you WWE.
God,
and on top of that,
it's
going to be at Madison Square Garden because it's been a long time since WWE has done a pay-per-view, a SmackDown, or Raw at MSG. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the last event at the Garden was Survivor Series 2011. So that's almost 7 years old. That was when The Rock and John Cena teamed up against The Miz and R-Truth.
Right.
So that's been almost 7 years. So New Japan and Ring of Honor are doing a super event the night before. I believe tickets go on sale in August, they said. And the event is supposed to be called, let me see, like something Supercard 18, I think. Just double checking right here. I'm looking for the name. Oh, well, I don't have the name right in front of me, but it has been confirmed that Ring of Honor and New Japan are working next year for a show the night before WrestleMania, the night of NXT Takeover Brooklyn. So we'll definitely talk about that. It's called G1 Supercard. Let's go. So we'll
Got some breaking news.
Well, no, but just just news.
No, we got some breaking news.
Oh, we do. We got over here.
So earlier today, WWE reinstated
yes.
Hulk Hogan.
Correct.
Couple moments ago.
To the Hall of Fame.
Hulk Hogan is at Extreme Rules tonight, and
there you go.
he apologized to the whole locker room.
Really?
Mark Henry said he would only welcome him back to the fold if he's apologized to the locker room, which he did.
Get out.
He told them, be careful. He told the locker room he said how he's sorry and just always be careful what you tell.
Yep.
What you say on the camera and everything. And he apologized for the whole company.
Wow.
So he's back.
Wow.
Breaking news. Congrats.
Congratulations for Hulk Hogan.
I think what helped him a lot was the WWE HBO Andre the Giant, because he was
good special. He was part of it. But it wasn't WWE produced. That's why it was HBO produced. So
but it was with WWE.
Yeah, it was, but it was more of an HBO
What I loved
thing.
about that documentary
It was really
how
good.
It showed the power of Vince McMahon.
Power of
How
promotions.
he took over the game.
So listen, I'm not one to sit or criticize anything, but with companies, they always do things for ulterior motives. To me, to a certain extent, I think they released this stuff about Hulk Hogan, to boost their company, especially
Because they're doing great right now.
especially because Ring of Honor in Japan just announced this event. So it's kind of like, okay, you did this, I'm gonna do this.
And I think they don't want him at All In.
Exactly.
Which Cody just confirmed
that's why
that.
another thing. So you hit a great spot there because they can hire Hulk Hogan. Well, they could have, but not
they
anymore.
can't, yeah, maybe.
So
Especially with the news of what New Japan Pro and what Ring of Honor is doing.
So WWE has this, I think, time. They wait till their competition, I think, release stuff, and then, okay, we'll top your release. Hulk Hogan's coming back with us because, like you said, if this Hulk Hogan thing didn't happen, maybe Cody and Young Bucks would reach out to Hulk Hogan. Hey, come over to All In.
Yeah.
So, just when you think that the little guys win one, WWE goes, nah, you're back in your place.
Yeah.
So we'll cover the G1 Supercard more as a day
That's what
gets
it's called?
closer. Yeah, G1 Supercard.
All right.
Two promotions.
Um.
I know Ring of Honor was super young. It's only 16 years old. 2002. It's from Baltimore.
It's not insanely young, but that was post Attitude Era. It's not that young.
Yeah, actually, you're
Young is like 10 years old.
10 years old.
If that. I just wrote. Cody just confirmed that Enzo will not be at All In.
Thank God, because he's not a wrestler. We know that. He's just a pure entertainer.
Which would be great, man.
You think so?
Him, and what if Punk came there? And then if Hogan was still not in WWE?
I think Punk showed up at All In, if you ask me.
I think he would have done it had he won the fight.
Really?
You that confidence you get from winning
Of course.
a fight, man. You
He's
do want
home.
to do anything. That's true.
He's home. So
All In's in September.
it's Labor Day weekend, yeah.
It's gonna be big.
I think that's September 1st.
Where are they? Where can you watch that or online or?
You gotta pay for that. It would probably like $30-$40. It's no WWE Network $10.
Congratulations to those four.
First, four
those
guys,
3.
three. They invested in this. They put the money for this, and it
sold
sold out in 29 minutes.
Insane.
I'm sure when the G1 Supercard gets released in August, the tickets it'll be sold out fast. Which I'm gonna see if I can go to this G1 Supercard, but I really want to go to WrestleMania next year, so I guess we'll compare prices and then pick one.
Yeah, because I'm sure now, but luckily that WWE has a heads up. Triple H has a heads up about this. Now he has a couple months to build an ultimate takeover.
I think you're correct. So as soon as this came out, this put Triple H. Okay, you know what? I gotta kill competition.
His shit hit the fan for him.
Yeah, of course.
His department's going crazy right now.
They're trying to figure out, and
it's probably gonna be some Undisputed Era shit. They're gonna put the straps on all of them.
So I did mention to my brother, yes. So there was an article. I forget what the source was. So Roderick Strong and Bobby Fish won their titles back this past NXT. So they have the tag titles. The guy who's injured, I forget what his name is. I think Bobby Fish is injured. He's supposed to come back sometime soon. So that'll give him back the title. And apparently Roderick Strong is supposed to challenge Aleister Black, not at the April takeover, but maybe Survivor Series takeover.
Right.
So there is a possibility that all four have titles, and that is ridiculous.
But again, we'll see what
We'll see what happens.
WrestleMania weekend is a long time from now.
It is.
We have 3 big
Pay-per-views.
So
We got SummerSlam next month, Survivor Series,
in the fall and then
obviously Royal
in the
Rumble.
winter.
Yeah. Well, guys, we're about to just wrap up. We're about to start watching the kickoff show, and we're gonna start tweeting fight results and then sharing stuff. Once again, please follow us at Twitter at @bumtalk_. And any questions you have, please you can private message us on Twitter or email us at bumtalk1@gmail.com.
Or just tweet us.
Once again, email is bumtalk1@gmail.com, and our Twitter handle is at @bumtalk_.
Sin Cara's on this card.
Yeah, he's in the kickoff show against
Cien
Anonymous.
Almas.
Yes,
He's gonna win.
of course.
New Day might lose.
Table match, yeah.
This is what I got: Alexa Rusev,
Rusev, okay.
Matt Hardy, Carmella, Team Hell No, maybe. I think Team Hell No, and they drop it in August.
I can see it. Yeah.
Dolph. I don't know about the main event.
You know what?
Jeff.
Okay.
Maybe.
Hmm.
Finn.
Okay.
And then maybe I don't know. Kevin.
There's no way. I think Braun undefeated in pay-per-views.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Just real fast, just because I'm thinking about Daniel Bryan's contract in September, I think they'll give him the title as an incentive to stay.
Tonight?
Yeah. His contract's up.
Well, because Kane's got to go. He's got to.
So that's the other thing. So if he
campaign.
wins, it's a short run.
Yeah, so they'll probably drop it in
September will be.
I know what they're gonna drop it to.
Who?
They're gonna do some crazy shit, and somehow that night, you know who ends up with those titles?
Not the Usos.
The Young Bucks.
No, they're on the contract at the end of the year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But they're coming though, right?
I don't know. I mean.
Well, they can't do that because that's before All In.
Yeah, All In.
Okay, never mind. Forget that.
Yeah, so even though Matt Hardy did tweet out the Young Bucks to fight at All In.
Yeah, and he said they'd do it or whatever.
Of course, they would do, but obviously for legal reasons, they're not allowed to do that. As we have mentioned again at Twitter, bumtalk_.
Yeah, we're back up. We're up, and we're gonna
back up.
Hopefully, get the SoundCloud up.
Yep,
this week, and start uploading a whole bunch of episodes, and then from there we go on.
Exactly.
Boxing returns. HBO Boxing After Dark return next week. We have Liam Smith trying to regain his title from Jaime Manguia, the guy who defeated Brooklyn's very own Saddam Ali for the WBO 154 title. So I'm pretty sure Liam Smith is going to smoke this Mexican, no offense. And he'll get his title back. And this is for 154. Reminder that the other champions are the Charlo Kid and Jarrett Swiftford has the other two. So he's the king. So, and then we'll also next week we'll go over those results, and we'll also prepare you for the big fight that is July 28th and UFC and Matchroom. It's going to be insane.
That UFC card,
we got to break this shit down.
Just to let you know, it's a Fox card, so it's nationally televised. That card is pay-per-view worthy. Aldo Stevens, Joanna versus Tisha Torres, and then obviously Poirier versus Alvarez.
Oh my God.
That card is pay-per-view.
Oh, well, Jinx knock on wood, no one gets hurt.
To a certain extent, that card's better than 227. Mighty Mouse.
I think so.
To a certain extent, depending on what kind of fan you ask.
Yeah. So, and then we'll be back with that, and UFC's doing what next week with some bullshit?
Germany card, yeah. It lost a lot of fighters because of Volkan fighting Gustafsson, and then Latifi got hurt, so it lost a little of its power. But still, nonetheless, Sunday card. If you're not doing anything Sunday afternoon, you can watch it. But yeah, so we'll start covering tonight's coverage of Extreme Rules, and we'll be uploading this episode hopefully tonight on SoundCloud and perhaps YouTube.
All right, guys, enjoy the pay-per-view. We know we will.
Enjoy. Have a good night.